Killing spree. Killing spree. Killing spree.
And it looks like it's going to be another great night tonight in the one and only Golden Phantom Stadiums. Tonight we are in the semifinals of the HDL League. It is going to be a big one today as we have the Detroit Waivers versus the Golden Phantoms, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very intriguing match, and to have the honor of them coming in and helping me out here, I have Jay Moore and Wisdom here.
Hello.
What's
Hello.
up?
Tonight is
We're here
going
to help. Yeah.
Tonight is going to be a wonderful night. Let's take a look real quick at the bracket for the HDL Championship. Wisdom, you want to take that one away?
Yeah, sure. So you got Detroit Waivers, Golden Phantoms tonight. Detroit Waivers coming off of a win against, I believe, Midland Farmers last week. A good win. Midland Farmers were not, of course, the favorites going into that match. They were a bit depleted from going 1-4 in group stage. But still, a good win coming off momentum. They could definitely put up a good match against the Golden Phantoms tonight. And tomorrow, the next match, Fellowship of the Ring versus Knights Templar, a rematch of the Week 1 game. Fellowship just beat out Knights Templar 15-14 in that game. Fellowship has so far the best round differential between all the teams at 25. They've looked really, really strong, but Knights Templar coming off 2 wins in a row are also looking strong, trying to carry the momentum. And yeah, see them at the end here.
And let's take a look at our leaderboard, our top 20 players of the HDL season as we get close to the All-Star game. I'm going to briefly go through this. We have Chrome, Skull, Polish Hotspot, Zoft, and Doja as your top 6 in the league standing. We're about to start off the game, so we're going to quickly go through our match day stats. Wisdom, would you like to take this one away? I heard you really like to all about that.
Indeed. So Detroit Waivers with, more total kills coming into this match than the Phantoms. However, the Phantoms have done a better job at prioritizing their life, and the kill differential is a lot better. If you look at the top fraggers, Doja, Skull, those are guys who are looking to farm the con right there. Guys who are looking to kind of get into that open melee and make a big difference, free up a lot of opportunities for their teammates. 186 kills for Doja. I mean, that's just really, really good. Skull, 179. In terms of predictions, 55% leading in edge of the Golden Phantoms after beating the Fellowship of the Ring. I would say that I'd say that's the right prediction for sure. Golden Phantoms are looking very, very strong. But yeah, intriguing match today. Waivers with more practice, however, they do have 6 matches under their belt compared to 5 for the Golden Phantoms. And yeah, it's going to be intriguing. I'm excited.
And we're about to start heading off into the first rounds of the Detroit Waiver and the Golden Phantoms. Now, Jay Moore, you were here with me on a fight night with the Golden Phantoms. What are you looking here to expect in this night's match?
What's up, Tong Tong?
What I'm expecting from the Golden Phantoms is to see if they learned what they took into the fight night. What won them the fight night at that 15-14 was their really good regrouping. I think their cons on the right and the left played it really well. I think the mid did what they needed to, but really that regrouping call is going to be huge here. I think this is where if they do not do well, that's where the Detroit Waivers can actually exploit that. I think overall line play and overall skill level, I think is on the Golden Phantom side, but I think overall being able to take rounds off each team is Detroit Waivers free fall in this, just because of how, those regroup calls being the most important piece of it.
Right, guys, that was
As we're going to head into the first round, the Detroit Waivers versus Golden Phantoms. It's looking really good for the Golden Phantoms here, taking down the whole left flank and trying to sweep through, trying to take over the Detroit Waivers. But Detroit Waivers also getting on the right flank. It looks like an even match, but Detroit Waivers are definitely taking it through here. As you can see, a lot is going on. A regroup here with the Detroit Waivers, and the Golden Phantoms. Detroit Waivers are in favor of this. And it looks like the Golden Phantoms fall for their first round. Golden Phantoms fall to that. Detroit Waivers are up by 1.
That was good by the right side of the Golden Phantoms right there. They were able to get a few picks, and I feel like the Waivers were a little bit separated there on the left side, but they were able to win on the right and the right con so much that didn't matter. And in the regroup, they ended up I believe 7. So good job from the Waivers for sure.
Now I had a moment to talk to each coach today, and Coach Boothville said that survivability and regroups are going to be the key to victory in keeping the players like Adam and Ed contained. And I had a chance to talk to Grumbler, and Coach Grumbler said, none that I can really think of, just need to watch out for their big 3 for the Detroit Waivers here as we get ready into round 2. They're trying to, right now as we speak, figure out how many players they want on each side. We started off with 22, but it looks like we're going to go 23 next round as we head here into round number 2. Detroit Waivers versus Golden Phantoms. Oh, the Milkman Sock and Wolfhearts looking very strong on the flank, but they're not trying to put any aggressiveness. They're just trying to hold off Ed, John, and Grumbler and see if the Phantoms can pick up stuff as they win the con.
Indeed. They have to crash on this left side here, the Phantoms. Waivers are sweeping through that right side, though. My God. They're up heavy. Waivers again.
Phantoms are just struggling to try to take back, but it looks like the Detroit Waivers are going to be sweeping through. It is 2-0. Detroit Waivers are off to a great start now. I had the pleasure of watching the Golden Phantoms and Detroit Waivers fight in the fight nights this week, and of course J-Moore was with me in the Golden Phantoms versus Fight Night crew. Golden Phantoms won 15-14, but the Detroit Waivers, when they were fighting in Fight Night, they lost 15-8 to the Fight Night crew. But it definitely seems like the Detroit Waivers have figured out the issue that they had going into Fight Night, and they are definitely going to be using all their flaws, fixing them to help themselves in this match tonight.
Waivers drops Southpaw, looking to just balance it out. 22.
And it looks like
22 set balance.
Oops. And it looks like a false start. We're going to take a quick look here at the lineup. We got Grumbler, Ed, John, Anime Woman Enjoyer, Hazen, Steady, Peyton, Charles, Danny G, Doja, Boobles, Rufus, Rafes, some dude, Hybrido, McChicken, McDiddy, Adam, Pilot, Football, and Godfrey as we head here into round 3. J-Moore, you want to take this one away?
Yeah, I think where we're seeing the biggest effect of all the matches is the mid is losing for the Golden Phantoms right now. They're just diving in. I think right now is a really good testimony to that they're in on the right side, which is helping them. That regroup is going to be key, as you can see all the players are regrouping. Trying to catch this one over here, Ed. If Ed can get out here or stall, this will actually be huge, because you can see now the Golden Phantoms has split up, allowing the Detroit Waivers to try to catch off these two. These two from the Golden Phantoms need to bail out, or they're going to get picked and caught. Oh, the Milkman trying to provide some support here to feed them off, and now we're in a state of 10v9, so really kind of even. Big pick there from the Detroit Waivers. Waiting to see what happens here. Left is going in, but it folds really quickly. Danny G holding off the left as much as they can. The right side of Detroit Waivers is winning, but it's broken out into 1v1s. They need to get out of that. Danny G needs to hold this one on the left, and then the 2 over here needs to win. Ed getting a huge pick here. Can they take down Mansoor? Now the regroup's coming in. Adam falls. It's a 3v2 favors of the Phantoms. The big key piece here is they need to block first, melee second. There's the block. Missed it up down there. Football in a 1v1. Loses it to Barry. And now it's Ed versus 2. Can Ed win it?
Killing
Ed
spree.
Ed
falls.
falls.
It is now 2-1. Golden Phantoms get their first one up. We're gonna take a look here at the lineup here for the Phantoms. Wisdom or Jamor, would any of you guys like to do the lineup? We'll start with the Milkman.
Yeah, sure. I got it. Hold on. Yeah, so you got Milkman, Stock, Wolfhearts, Berry, Zoft, Medkits. I believe that is. Who
Mansoor.
is that? Can you go a little bit closer? Mansoor, Skull, Warden, Funky Pharaoh, Guest, Woot, Warrior, Gorilla. I believe that's Polish right there. Tight, Anarch, Didgery, Boozle, Cornelius, Russell, Horse, and Sam 5051.
As we head here into round number 4, the flanks here on the Phantoms and Troy Waivers are looking pretty good. None of them are really trying to get rid of an inch here. It does look like the flank has been won
Dominating.
on the right side of the Detroit Waivers.
Right Khan was able to sweep through there for Phantoms, finishing up a 3v1 right there. Waivers up big though, finishing up one guy over on the right side. Seems like this is going to go in favor of the Waivers here.
Regroup here looking great for the Phantoms, but does not seem like it's going to be playing off well, as Russell is the last man to fall on the Golden Phantoms. It is 3-1. We're going to take a quick look here at the people we are watching out for tonight for the match. We're going to start off by taking a look here at the one and only Golden Phantoms. We have Zoft, Polish, Sam. Zoft to the impact of 2.11. Polish 2.29. Russell, Sock, and the Milkman. Russell doing really well, as well as Sock, as well as the Milkman is pretty much the anchor on the team. We have Horse, Boozle, and Dark Knight. Wonderful crew there, and Skull and Wolfhearts. Those are who we're going to be looking at today for the Golden Phantom sides. After this round, we're going to the Detroit Waivers as we head here into round number 4.
I still don't think Golden Phantoms have figured out what they need to do in the mid to win. Because they collapse in mid, and then Detroit Waivers either crash one side or the other. And most of the time they're crashing the right, because that's where more of the impact players are. Because they understand that leaving the left open to people like Russell and Sam and maybe Polish is okay, but having so many bodies just to throw at those high tier players that are impacting is just you're gonna get one of them eventually.
And
That was a
another
very strong round.
very great round for the Detroit Waivers. They are unstoppable against these Golden Phantoms. We're going to take a look here at the Detroit Waivers.
Timeout called.
Jamor, would you like to take this away?
Yeah, I'll take this away. Timeout called by the Phantoms. I think it's wise. We got Grumber on the left. We got Ed here on the left. John, Hazen, Woman Enjoyer, Peyton, Steady, Charles in the mid, Danny G in the mid, Bulbul's Doja, and then we got Rufus here. We got Race. We got Chiquita, Southpaw, Some Dude, Hybrido, Chickmon. We got McDiddy, Adam, Pilot, Football, and then at the end is Jake.
Then would you like to take you want to do the ones with the, to look for? Who we're looking at for the match? All right, perfect.
So the one to be looking out for is Adam 2.0 KD, and then Impact, and then we're looking at Ed with 1.56, and then we're looking at Rufus with 1.69. Holding it down is Doja, 2 Impact with John at 1.47, and then we got McDiddy at 1.25. Then Anime Enjoyer 1.37, Chickbomb 1.6, and then Pilot at a 1.5 for the Detroit Waivers. and then Hazen and OPEX at lower end of the impact, but also making sure that they have their impact and they're finding it out there, out and about.
Yep.
Perfect. I do agree the Golden Phantoms do not look like they know what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
I do believe,
especially in the mid. Yeah.
I do believe this timeout is good as we head here into round 6.
Looks like they did
Definitely
switch
pay
up the mid.
attention.
They put Polish there and Wu. I think Polish is going to be the key piece here because he's going to be able to add that impact. You have to see whether pulling Polish off the con or where he was is going to make the biggest deal, but looks like they're winning the mid or going at least even.
Killing spree.
Still looks like the right side won. Now the left has better numbers now, and they're actually picking off these onesie twosies that can't get out, which is huge. Overall, going back into the regroup, 9-7. Looking at like the Detroit Waivers up by 2. Gonna have to see what the plan from the Phantoms is here. They don't have to play extremely aggressive, but they also can't give up spots. Looks like they are getting split. This is a disaster happening because the left 3 just got picked real quick.
And Skull
the rest are
falling
falling.
down to steady as Doja takes Boozle out. 5-1.
Damn.
I presume the family and friends from the Golden Phantoms are out here tonight, and it's not looking like a great display for the Golden Phantoms. I would definitely say they need to increase the mid. I think they gotta take some people off the flank, put it in the mid. What's your thoughts on this, Wisdom?
I definitely see the mid as an area where the waivers are just coming through. Either it's the left or right side, really. It's been either or, but that time it was the right side. Left side for the Phantoms was able to actually somewhat win, but I just think at the end of the day the regroups are favoring the waivers, and that's what's ultimately deciding the rounds. They're just up heavy at the end, and I think this mid here is just doing a great job for the waivers.
Here we go as we head into round 7 of this fight. Hybrido taking down Skull. Adam taking down Moxie Toe.
Again, pushing through that left side for waivers. They're getting active, trying to get some backstabs here. Left side holding down though for Phantoms. They're trying to regroup to the flank, but again, waivers are just up big.
Detroit Waivers are just slaughtering Golden Phantoms. There is no mercy when it comes to this match, I will say here, as the Detroit Waivers are taking one after another, taking it to 6-1. The Golden Phantoms, I honestly would say, I don't know about taking another timeout, but nothing seems to be working right now for the Phantoms. It seems like Coach Boozle and Coach Sock are going to be making some changes here. If I was Coach Adam and Coach Grumler, I'm going to be smiling through my teeth right now with how well the team is performing.
You never want to see players like Zoft going negative. I mean, that's how stuff's not working. You might have to change something up, but
They did do a flank swap here.
Yeah. We'll see how that works. I think definitely this left side for waivers is going to be a task for the Phantoms just because of how strong it is, and you got anchors in the con like Adam and McDiddy, and then Jake can hold that position down on the one, and he's very good at holding prio, holding that stab, getting the right picks. Left con engaging here heavily for the waivers. They're actually winning heavy, sorting the up down there. Winning that left side. Oh my god.
Phantoms looking like they somewhat won the middle. It does not seem like the flanks have won either side for the Phantoms.
I think the piece is that they won mid, but the issue is that the Detroit Waivers did exactly what they needed to. They didn't hard push into where they lost mid immediately. They let the left side completely just bulldoze. They then started engaging to apply pressure. Yeah, you're going to get picked and things are going to down, but you're also up in numbers. So I think for like Detroit Waivers, like you actually won this. Even though the Phantoms won the mid. I think they need to figure out one side either needs to kite and the other side needs to be aggressive. And I would take some of your high key impact players like Zoff, Polish, Skull, Milkman, and I would start putting them elsewhere on your
Yeah.
line, because this is getting out of control, and you're down 6 rounds. It's hard to come back. It's not
Yeah.
easy. Because every round after that, all they gotta do is get one here, one there. Eventually, it starts mounting, and then you're in a 15-13, 15-10 situation, and you just
Yeah.
don't win that.
Not at all what I would have predicted, to be honest. I'm kind of shocked by the score right now, just because of how strong Phantoms have looked all season. It's not. We haven't seen them kind of fall like this and get into this much of a situation here. As Phantoms are actually
Killing spree.
kind of handling the left con here, able to push through and win this right side.
Unstoppable.
Finishing up
Yeah.
this last one over here, they might actually be able to win this with a good regroup. These last two stragglers here need to be careful. He's able to get the pick. That was a huge last kill right there.
A beautiful pick by Grumbler to take down Zoff. That is going to be a real help for them. Right now, Detroit Waivers are in favor of this regroup here. Phantoms are trying to play.
They got to be careful.
Are playing defensive.
They gotta be
Sam
careful not
trying
to
to get
split.
broken up by Ed. Ed is now playing. Sam and Ed are playing a little bit of cat and mouse right now, but no one has started to attack Steady, Grumbler, and Ed. If I were them, I would block off Boozle and Sam. But it looks like the Phantoms are gonna be winning, taking out 2, 3
Oh my. Oh, bad
And the
TK. Oh wow, that
Phantoms.
was bad.
with a horrible.
Let's talk about
TK.
Polish. Polish got 3 straight.
Yeah, I saw him push through that right side there. That was very good.
Phantoms
At
winning.
first, I thought Waivers had it, to be honest.
Phantoms winning their first round in a while, I would say. After a couple of rounds lost to the Detroit Waivers, they're finally getting kicked into gear. Let's see if they can keep putting more coal into the locomotive to keep this train running so they can come back. Detroit Waivers doing really well. Let's take a look here at our top 5 for both sides. Detroit Waivers are on the left. Phantoms are on the right for these stats here. Detroit Waivers, we have Doja, Ed, Danny G, Anime, Women Enjoyer, and Adam is your top 5. And for the other side, the Golden Phantoms, Polish, Skull, Russell, and Zoft, as well as Warrior. As we head here into round number 10, the first third of this game is almost over with this. Switching up, Milkman going on to the other side here. Oh, and a
Split the
pick
mid
from
here.
Sock.
Killing spree.
Right
Pick
side,
from
very stationary
Sock
until
here.
the con is just crashing in. Oh my god.
Killing spree.
And a T.
Yeah, Waivers, man.
And it looks like a possible TK from the Detroit Waivers. Well, they're all just giving some TKs, but it does not matter as it's 8-2. Detroit Waivers are almost.
Yeah, I mean,
No, go on.
dude, Doja's farming. That's all I wanted to say. He's pushing through this like left con here, and it's just absolutely beautiful to watch. He is freeing up so many opportunities for his teammates to just flood in, and they are like moving as a force. They are completely mowing this left side consistently, and I mean they're up 8-2. They're in the most comfortable position you can possibly be in. The only thing they need to do is to just not take their foot off the gas, and they just need to be careful. I think Phantoms might adjust though. Definitely put some more bodies in the con, but we'll see. I think Waivers are just looking too strong here. Just definitely have the momentum going into this next round.
The Detroit Waivers.
I think the key piece here is top 5. If you look at top 5 for Phantoms, only
Yeah.
2 in double digits.
Yeah,
Top 5 on the left side for Detroit Waivers. You can get into top 7, all double digits. I think
Yeah.
that's speaking volumes right now. Is Phantom's top fraggers are not showing up as much as they need to. I think also stretching the right is just not working. They need to play condensed. They split the mid there, and that's like, if you're Doja and the way Doja plays, you're like, all right, thanks for handing me the keys of the kingdom. I'm walking in.
Yes,
Yeah.
another timeout by the Golden Phantoms. They're definitely going to be talking what they could do. looks like Milkman here is going to be stepping in, trying to help Sock and Boozle. See if there's something that they could do to change. It looks like, oh, the Milkman is in love with the line right now. Let's see if they can have a great comeback here into round 11. Barry, Sock, and oh, the Milkman are playing very aggressive as Sock takes a pick. Zoft falls, Skull falls, Wolfhearts fall, Sam falls. Everybody is falling from the Phantoms on the left side, but the right side for the Phantoms are looking great. They're going to be trying to help out their fellow teammates so the Detroit Waivers doesn't get a regroup, but it looks like a successful regroup is going to happen by the Detroit Waivers. Golden Phantoms almost getting quarantined. Horse and who is that? Russell, but it looks like a great regroup there. Detroit Waivers are in favor of this regroup here for the match.
Right side being super aggressive for the Waivers. They're just trying to ease into here without getting picked.
Waivers also have numbers advantage as well, which helps. You're allowed to be a little bit more aggressive.
Bad side block on the right side. Waivers here getting picked. Phantoms are up kind of big here in this regroup. Yeah, this is going to be a round for the Phantoms. Wow.
Killing spree.
And it looks like a wonderful round for the Phantoms coming in with the third win of tonight. Let's see if they can...
Waivers were up like 2, I believe. I mean, I think Waivers got the first pick in that regroup, and Phantoms were still able to just handle it. I mean, they were playing passively, and they were able to free up picks on that left side. Very well done. They need more rounds like that, though, where they can come back down 2 or 3. Because, I mean, down 8-3, you're looking at a miracle. I'm not going to lie.
I think the other key piece is they've won a round after the timeout on each one. They're out of timeouts. So, like,
Yeah.
this is... You're not getting any more of those kind of, I guess, free rounds, as you would say. I think the other piece that's kind of hurting for Phantoms is when they get into the final fights, they're always down. They have yet to be up in one of these rounds that they've won, which kind of stinks.
Yes,
They actually won the right side that time. I was very surprised to see that.
I do agree. They're out of timeouts. It's a bold move to put 2 timeouts this early, but I definitely would say though they kind of needed those 2 timeouts to get their heads on. But
I mean, yeah, and they're winning. They're winning this round.
it is true. They are winning these rounds here.
Killing spree.
And it's gonna be intriguing
Well done.
to see.
Dominating.
Intriguing to see if they can come back from this. What was it? 2-8. 8-2 lead by the Detroit Waivers, and look at that, they cut it in half. It's now 8-4. Golden Phantoms doing a really wonderful job, taking one round at a time. If you don't, how I always think of it is the game's not over until you see those top five graphic come into place. So put a sticky note on top of that scoreline. Don't look at it. Worry about each round. Take each round like it's the last. That's how I would take it.
Yeah, Phantoms won the right side 2 rounds in a row, which was a part where they were losing consistently in the line for the first 10 rounds of the group fight. It seems their adjustments they made are working pretty well. I mean, they're freeing up action in the con, and they're actually winning the flank engagement. Let's see if they can do that again, though. It looks like Waivers are playing a little bit more passively this time, respecting the right flank here. A little bit of engagement here in the con as we see Waivers trying to dive in. One gets picked.
Detroit and Adam takes down Pilot in a team kill. Phantoms with 2 team kills. It is team kill heaven this round. It is not looking good. Detroit Waivers.
Waivers trying to regroup.
Trying to get a regroup in. A successful take back.
Phantoms again down in the regroup. I mean, it's just every time.
Yeah, they're down, but they're up against the wall here, so they can't really run like they had last time where they were down. I think this is where it trapped them, because the whole entire right side fell. The left side was pushing out and being able to get out, but it looks like it's even in this regroup right here, it's still close. Milkman's holding off 2, was trying to win the 1v1. Adam finished up his 1v1. Now you're just down to Milkman and Wu, and I just don't know if Milkman's going to be able to take out Adam and Hayes and some of these other players that are able to up down really well.
But he's getting it
Woot
done
takes down
one by
Hazen.
one. Woot trying to come in. Let's see if he can win this 1v4. And it seems like Doja taking the last 2 kills as it is a 9-4. I will definitely say the Phantoms had a chance to win this round, but early on in the match they had 2 TKs in a row, which losing those 2 players were, I would say, a very, very detrimental to winning, possibly winning this round.
Where did that happen? Was that their left con? And I was looking at their
There was
right.
a TK in the right con where Adam was. Adam won a 2v1 there and got out somehow.
Yeah, Adam doing Adam things, bro.
Yes, it is.
I think there was a T. I know there's TK over on the left side as well.
Taking a look here as the Golden Phantoms are going to be trying to look for a comeback now as we head into round number 14 in this match.
Right con splitting a
Doja
little
got
bit from the
picked.
waivers.
Cornelius is taking on a 1v2, and the Phantoms look like they're not trying to share anybody to help him. Falls face down as Barry, John, and Hazen duke it out in a 2v1. Oh, the Milkman, the last one on the flank, but the Phantoms coming out of nowhere to try to save Oh, the Milkman. It looks like the Avengers team here, and it looks like Oh, the Milkman is taking some hate personally as he's fighting off 2 people at once. Sadly falls down. Phantoms are definitely trying to get rid of these 4 Detroit Waivers, but it does not seem to be working.
Killing spree.
Yeah, I just don't think the Phantoms are calling the regroups quick enough. The reason why I say that is because I was watching right side specifically. The 1 and 2 won that, and they had a chance just to bail and get out of it. Instead, they went into instead they went into like a 3v5, and the 3 that they had, one of them got picked instantly. So then it was a 2v5. I think in those cases they just need. It's going to be unfortunate, but you just got to leave your teammate. They have to be the sacrificial lamb to let the other 2 out. I think the mid is doing really well from Phantoms. I think they've cleaned up that. So I think it's just coming down to the fundamentals of regroup, take a smart fight, and then if you can get out, just get out or delay as much as you can and be that player that's like, hey, I gotta go down to get 2-3 people out because it matters more to have numbers in a regroup or to give my team a chance.
I will say from the Phantom side, I did see a couple of them sometimes. Some of them will not actually go to the respected person that they're seeing right across from him. As you can see, a broken up here, Rufus and Steady. Rufus is getting really aggressive here in the middle. Golden Phantoms winning on the flank on the left.
Yep.
Killing spree.
Also up in the con too. Waivers do have still some bodies. They're trying to get around here, but I think they might just have to take it, try and get as many kills as possible. Actually, no. They have a way out. Yeah, they're gonna make it. They're gonna try and finish up these.
Milkman with a huge TK there, making it 1v4 now.
Killing spree.
They even split up on the Phantoms to try to save both of them. It does not seem like it's working in their own respective group fights. Phantoms looking like they're going to be winning this, taking away their 5th round one in this HDL semifinal match.
Honestly,
Chiquito.
Phantoms should win this round, but that was dangerous because they split into 2 different groups. And if you have one player that's able to just reach out and get random bayonet stats, but also mindfully block, you can flip that table and make it a even match very quickly. So just something Phantoms needs to keep in mind going into the next round.
Yo, Red, my game was being weird.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, my server crashed. My bad.
No, you're good. Totally fine. Hey, here as we see
I'm gonna
that
try and restart.
the winning probability right here, 93% chance that the Golden Phantoms are not going to be winning this. 7% chance they'll win this, while the Detroit Waivers looking like the true favorites in this match. you know, heading into this matchup, I thought it was going to be a very even match. It does not look like it unless the Golden Phantoms can come with a great comeback here. But for the Detroit Waivers, all you got to do is just keep those bayonets going as they have a huge flame out. Phantoms.
Zoft is going crazy right now. Oh my god.
Zoff got crazy in that right con, taking on like a 1v5.
Yeah, he was able to get like 3 picks when like 5 people were stabbing at him.
7v10 here, 7v6.
Waivers got to crash on this regroup, and it looks like they're going to. Sock holding a 1v3, trying to do all he can. He's down. Barry and Medkit's the last ones alive for the Phantoms. As the Waivers, oh my god, Barry just block farming. Jesus.
And Barry falls down, but not without 2 TKs from the Detroit Waivers, just trying to get him. It is 11-5. The Detroit Waivers are absolutely demolishing the Golden Phantoms. It has not looked good right now for the Golden Phantoms since the beginning.
Look at the entry picks here. Doja's got 5, and Skull's been picked 3 times. So he's been entry picked almost 3 rounds. That's huge.
Yeah.
I think Sock's bringing it back with the 3 entry picks, but I think that Doja just getting those 5 free entry picks, he's just really opening up the game really quick. I
Yeah.
think that's the key call out that I'm noticing. I know he's in the mid, and I know they've done a good job stopping that, but it's just something they need to keep in mind of how much he's just taking over the game little by little.
Yeah, it seems like he's isolating Guest here, and Rufus is just following up. He's able to block that up down there. He actually gets picked by Skull this time, and they're going to crash through on that mid. Phantoms actually crashing through on that left side, too. Regrouping here. They're up big. Phantoms looking to take this round. Hybrid McDiddy. McDiddy able to somehow get a kill. And last one is Jake. Good luck, bro.
And
goes down.
Detroit
Yeah.
Waivers winning their 6th round of the night. This could be a chance for the Golden Phantoms to finally come out.
Yeah.
I
mean, me and Jay Moore saw right there, like Doja. I mean, he's been the difference for the Waivers. I mean, all match really, but that time he overextended a bit. Skull was able to sort the up down well with his guy next to him, and it literally just freed up the entire mid for the Phantoms, and they crashed through on the right side. And yeah, I think if they can keep doing that, keep isolating Doja and just hold him and prevent him from like getting those like 5-6 kill rounds, I mean, you're looking at a lot more competitive of a fight. And it seems like they might be doing a little bit better of a job at that as of recently. Now 11-6, trying to pull it back.
Also like the call from Skull, Wolfhearts, and Guest here to just go in. They got the pick. Let's go in and run down the backstabs and just make
Yeah.
it happen instead of playing passive. But now they split the mid. I don't know if I like this very much. Looks like they're
Yeah.
winning the left mid. The right side, they're slowly picking off the Detroit Waivers. They want to try to regroup. See how many of them get picked in here, because this is the key piece. Good to see that the mid crashed to stop some of those and get miniature picks here. Charles trying to go in and just create TKs, but nothing happens. Phantoms are up by 4. Let's see what happens. First time they've been up, so we don't know what it's been like.
They just swept. Oh my god, the Waivers might pull this out. Yeah.
I think the Waivers gonna pull it out. They just swept that whole entire right. It's now a 4v3, now a 4v1.
Wow. Okay, that was insane. So down 4, the Waivers just completely swept through the left side there, and somehow the Phantoms up 4 couldn't beat their left side. That's insane.
That's a good
that is
case
not a
of-
round you want to see for the Phantoms. Not a round you want to see.
That is a good case of they went in and they did not block. Because when you're down, you're gonna want to dive into that.
Yeah.
This might be the round that actually kind of cements the game as potentially done, just because you're up that much. Morale gets crushed sometimes for a lot of the players that are probably down towards the bottom list or potentially in that up, being those players, it can hurt sometimes.
Now
For sure. Yeah.
let's take a look here at the top 5. Adam, Anime Woman Enjoyer, Doja, Danny, and Ed on the top 5 Detroit Waivers. Russell, Zoff, Sock, and Oh the Milkman, as well as Polish for the Phantoms. As we head here into round 19. Phantoms
Skull going through that mid.
Phantoms are falling down. Barry getting into a 1v2, and Sock is falling down as well.
Dominating.
Detroit Waivers winning on the left, but Phantoms winning on the right, trying to get a regroup. Didri could not get out of that regroup, but Zoft is trying to play really aggressive. Phantoms are in favor of this regroup as they take down every single Detroit Waiver with anger. There is no mercy when it comes to this Phantom squad this round, taking away their 7th win. A slow but surely comeback if they really want this. Speaking of a great comeback, Monday, which is tomorrow, the Templars and the Fellowship of the Ring are going to be fighting. We're going to see if the Templars can upset the Fellowship, or can the Fellowship still stay one of the best in the league to get into the finals. That will be an intriguing match. Don't worry, do not worry though. Someone will be streaming. Sadly, It will not be me. It will be the one and only Doja, who's going to be streaming tomorrow's match at, I believe, 9:30 Eastern as we head here into round
And I'll be playing.
20.
Me and Jay Moore will be playing, so we won't even be around. Definitely pay attention to Jay Moore on the line for sure. He's the GOAT.
I don't know about that one. I would say the key piece here is Phantoms are clawing back wins, but remember, Detroit waiver wires is just 3 wins away. So like if they get onesie twosies here on wins, they just end the game. So this makes it do or die for Phantoms. That makes it really tough.
Killing spree.
Yeah, Phantom's actually winning though. Oh,
Phantoms are slowly but surely taking out each and every single Detroit waiver.
Yeah, McDiddy's locked in, bro. He is just up down blocking like crazy. God damn.
And it is
Got a
8 to
timeout from the
12.
Detroit Waivers.
8 to 12 as the Detroit Waivers take out their first timeout of the night. Now, I think this is smart by the Detroit Waivers. You know, Golden Phantoms are on a run. Let's see if they can, ice their team out. It's going to be intriguing. Like you said, Jay Moore, once they get to 13, that's kind of the cut it. The morale's down. There's not a lot of comforting space if you lose a round. So I would say that if the Golden Phantoms can get up to 10, get up to 11, slowly but surely continue making it and not make any more errors, this could definitely be one of the best comebacks in this league so far that I have seen in this HDL season.
This round specifically is also really big because this will be 3 rounds in a row for the Phantoms, which will be their best win streak so far, this group fight at least. And honestly, bringing it back 12-9, it's a lot more manageable. It's breathable. You got 2 rounds. You got 2 rounds to spare before you're really on your hands and knees. But waivers are looking like they're kind of crumbling here. I'm not gonna lie. They've lost their strong points like the last 2 rounds. Their mid has gotten kind of shitted on by players like Skull. And overall, I think Phantoms can definitely sway the momentum here. They just need to keep doing what they're doing. They need to keep pushing in that mid and isolate Doja specifically. That guy he's been the problem for them so far this game.
I think a key piece here is if Detroit Waivers wins this one, they lose the next one, they still have a timeout. And then they can make that 14-9. And then it's really tough because wins after timeouts are huge.
Hazen takes the first kill. Sock and Medkit's falling. Sam is falling. Everybody on the Phantoms is falling as the Detroit Waivers going through every single Phantom.
Waivers won the right side too. I mean, Jake was able to get a pick there on that right side. Same with McDiddy and Adam. But Phantoms actually won on their right as well. So I mean, it's going to take a regroup for the Waivers to truly sort this out here. And I believe it's Waivers up here in this regroup. So they got to
And
be careful.
Funky Pharaoh
pick
with
already.
a huge mistake getting picked off right at the start.
Skull goes down. Boozle and Anarch last ones. And Waivers, big round now. Only really one round. I mean, they get this next round here and they're looking like, I mean, you can lose 2 to 3 rounds in a row and still be fine. Like they're truly in the driver's seat here. And I mean, just continuing to be an impressive game for the Waivers. I mean, they are playing so well. I mean, your players like Adam, Doja, McDiddy, Ed, Danny G popping in there with a 23-12 game. I mean, you got Pilot in there. I mean, all the guys are providing, and really the mid being able to hold it down is just, I mean, they're making the difference here.
Doja looking to get a 50 bomb in blocks tonight, as the Milkman and Barry look like they already have their 50 blocks on the Phantoms as we head here into round 22. J-More, you want to take this off?
Yeah, I'm focused on this right side of the Detroit Waivers. This is where they've been really just holding it down and trying to figure out how to win. Looks like they're just engaging in open melee. We really like to see Phantoms trying to work together, but it looks like the right con has just collapsed into them. So now it's just breaking out into a random melee, and it looks like Waivers are going for the regroup. Some of their players are getting caught, but they're getting picks. Get the full official regroup here. Looks like Waivers are going up 12-8 once again, 4 up. Let's see whether Phantoms are what they're gonna do, because they gotta win this round. They cannot be going down 14-8 with no timeouts and nothing to do. They're isolating the one over there. They're not really too concerned. They got them picked. They need to go. It's time to go. Russell's breaking through. Didn't make it through. I think in that, overall, Phantoms just didn't strike. They had the 2 on the right containing the 1. They just needed to go. They just needed to go on that left and just take it in, because you get that left pick on that 3. Now you have a 2v2, a 2v3 potentially, and then you could just break it out from there on that left, but they just waited too long.
Yeah, they didn't really do anything. I feel like they just kind of just waited for the Waivers to like condense on them, and they kind of like crushed them. I'm not gonna lie. So, Phantoms right there, they did a good job on the right con of the Detroit Waivers. They were able to actually hold Adam and McDiddy, and Sock was able to get in there and like hold a 1v3 for a solid like 10 to 15 seconds. But you know, again, it didn't really matter. Waivers have been up consistently in the regroups, and we're seeing it again. And now they truly have their backs to the wall here. I mean, one more round and their season is over.
And it looks like a match point for the Detroit Waivers. Can the Golden Phantoms have a huge comeback? But it does not seem like it's going to be happening, as the left flank of the Detroit Waivers falls, as well as the right. The last of the Phantoms. The last of the Phantoms here on the Detroit against these Detroit Waivers are looking good.
Anime Enjoyer with a crazy TK on the team. But this doesn't help.
Looks like it doesn't matter though. Wow.
And the last Phantom falls this season.
15-8.
15-8. Anarch falls. Detroit Waivers, though, with a huge win, which is allowing them to go into the finals, ladies and gentlemen. That is a huge thing for the Detroit Waivers. We are definitely going to be seeing them next week on Sunday, I believe, or Saturday. It all depends on who's available. A very great game for the Detroit Waivers. Jamor, would you like to what did you see from the Detroit Waivers? What did you enjoy seeing from the Detroit Waivers that match?
I enjoyed seeing their them exploiting the mid when they seen it was open. I think the other piece that I really enjoyed was the overall regroups that they had. They were much quicker and cleaner than the Phantoms. I think also the line play on the just getting the up downs to happen multiple times where Phantoms just couldn't complete the up down, or they had a chance and then they got one partner would go one way or somebody would go the other way, and it just seems like that kind of broke it apart for them and just allowed Detroit Waivers just to take over.
Yes. What about you, Mr. Wisdom?
Yes, sir. Very, very, very good game for the waivers. I mean, they just, like Jay Moore said, they dominated the mid, and it was players like Doja who just, made a massive difference. Again, another top performer for this week. Very well done by the waivers. Their right con was strong. Their left con was strong. I think, putting Adam and McDiddy in those cons to kind of help the flank push with them is a very, very good play style because it freed up so many opportunities for the further down line to just condense into the Phantoms. And at the end of the day, waivers won every single regroup. I mean, they were up big every single time the second line would form. And I mean, what are you going to do at the end of the day when you can't win a single regroup? It's a recipe for disaster. And Phantoms, I think they just got truly outplayed here. And in my opinion, I was looking at the Phantoms to win this match, and they got handily beat by the waivers. I mean, it was 8-2 at one point, and Phantoms figured out some things on that right side, but overall, I mean, the waivers just what a match. I mean, that was great to see.
And
What's up,
speaking
Boozle?
of the Golden Phantoms, Coach Boozle, a tough loss today. What
Indeed.
was, we'll have Wisdom start off. Wisdom, you have any questions for Coach Boozle?
Yeah, so seems like, y'all struggled in the mid there. I just saw a lot of consistent kind of consistent picks in the mid. I saw players like Doja really kind of affect y'all in his place. He played a really effective game, and I feel like their cons were doing a really good job. Just a question I have for you is y'all were down 8-2 at one point. You ended up bringing it back to get at least 8 rounds. Just what happened? I mean, it kind of seems like y'all lost it some way through there, but I mean, it was still competitive, still a well fought group fight. I just personally anticipated it to be like down to the wire. Um, any thoughts on that though, Boozle?
Can you repeat your question? I'm sorry, I was typing.
Nah, you're good. I was just saying, you're it seems like y'all were struggling in the mid there,
Mhm.
getting picked a little bit, and it seems like they were moving as just a wave. And I saw them win a lot of the regroups. They were up heavy, and just overall, I saw them winning most of the open melee engagements. Just what was the message to the team? When y'all were down 8-2 at one point, just trying to recover and get to a point where you're still competitive or you're still in the group fight at least,
Uh,
but not fully out of it.
I mean, when we were down 8-2, I mean that's only 6 rounds, so we knew Seven Nation was coming in, so I just think, I mean, first and foremost, our regroup scenarios and our what happened after regroups were just not that good today. I mean, even there was that one round where we were up by like 6 and we still lost because
Yeah.
it's it's a sense of playing scared to me, like everybody's trying to play perfect and stuff like that. And then I also think today the comms, like normally like the comms are like, people aren't calling backstabs or stuff. Today the comms were everybody's micromanaging. I mean, like there was like, oh, uh, get that up down, get that up down. It's like, shut up. Like the comms were too much today. Then people were getting angry. Just there were so many things that happened that hadn't happened throughout the rest of the season that like too many of them happened at once to where we couldn't fix them all. So during that at that point we were like, well, we changed stuff up in the line and we were just like reset. And we did reset for a few rounds, but we had to use both our timeouts super early on, which was just not what we wanted to do, right? So
For sure.
it was
I mean, overall, despite this unfortunate loss, y'all played very well throughout HDL. I thought, y'all were definitely up there with the strong teams. Of course, your fight for a championship is over, but y'all can still, of course, win in the third place match. Anything else you're gonna do differently for that match, or are y'all just kind of going in there with?
they're doing a third place match.
I think so. I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I think if we are to play a third place match, I think the main thing would be to let focus on the macro, not the micro. Like
Yeah,
if you're gonna be making calls, make calls that are more macro. Don't be, especially in the middle of a round. Like
for sure.
like if you're making the regroup call, go right, go right. That's the call. Don't start micro like, oh, uh, milkman, you're in you gotta get this up down, milkman. You gotta get this up. Like no, like that's just that's not good comms first of all, and that's not going to help. That you're just going to make people antsy, which is just not the goal. So
Yeah.
that's what I would try to change from if we did a third place match. I don't know if there's going to be one or not.
Jay Moore, do you
I mean,
have?
yeah. Overall, well done though, man. It was a fun season to watch for y'all, and your team was very, very, very good, very competitive. It was a good fight to watch.
Jay Moore,
Thank
do
you.
you have any quick questions for Boozle, Coach Boozle?
Yeah, I would think one thing that you could change from any round proposal, what would it be? What would be one thing that you feel like you could change in any round to kind of flip the tide, whether it was round one, round two, something that you knew ahead of time to help you out?
I mean, like I said in my quote pre-game regroups and survivability won the match. I mean, how many situations did we go into down in the regroup, down by 4, and we lose? And it's like that, and like even we did win a couple rounds where we were down the regroup, but those rounds were anomalies because like we actually decided to do something in them, right? Where the other rounds we just S keyed, and it's like you can only S key so far. You eventually have to try to kill something to try to win the round. Like you can't just S key into infinity and beyond. So the regroups and like overall getting regrouping, I think is what I would want to fix throughout all those rounds. It was honestly horrendous.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Coach Boozle, for the post-game interview. We are sad to see you guys get knocked off the playoffs, but it was wonderful to see you guys throughout this season. So we thank you for that.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, man. See ya.
All right. It does not look like Coach Grumbler is wanting to do a post-game interview, but I do believe he has someone in here that is. Hello, good sir.
Wagwan General.
How's it going?
Seven Nation.
Seven Nation, a very beautiful match today. You're Seven Nation?
Yep.
All right, perfect. Sorry, I just had to write that in the graphic. All right, a very great match for you today. We'll start off with Wisdom. Wisdom, you have any questions here for Seven Nation?
Yeah. So good W. I feel like y'all definitely did just a great job in like the mid and the cons. Y'all won a lot in the regroups. Y'all were consistently up. The regroups were faster. They were cleaner. They were just all in all a lot better. And in the open melee, y'all just look clean. Specifically, what was working for you, as a player in that lineup? What was working for you, and who were you kind of leaning on to help you, be successful, and just like how was like the team chemistry in there? It seems like y'all were doing just
I mean,
overall very well.
you forgot to mention, but the flanks were playing a big part. You
Yeah.
probably don't see it stat wise, but you definitely hear him. Jake is definitely doing his part and holding down one flank. So if we're winning and we have that flank secured, we could just go to that side versus trying to regroup in the mid. It's so much cleaner when we have one side to regroup off.
Mhm.
Personally, me, I'm just playing just to see and help one side. I'm not necessarily playing for me. I'm not playing for another player. I'm just trying to fill in a hole that we can take and do more damage or do less damage, take less damage from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if
Um,
someone was losing, I just go there, and that's pretty much it.
All right.
how were the comms? Were the comms good?
Oh,
Or
the comms were beautiful. I had Doja mooning in one side of my ear. I had Danny Bucks still talking about, what the order flow was, doing. Everything was good. Everyone was listening. Everyone was doing the part. Um, there was no babbling. There was no like, oh, people are angry and stuff like that. It was, three main people, plus Doja, and that was it.
yeah,
All
good job,
right.
bro. It was a fun match to see.
Jay Moore, do you have any questions for the one and only Seven Nation?
Yeah, I think my biggest question is Subnation on those flanks. I seen some of the better players playing more in the con compared to putting them on 1, 2, and 4, putting them more inner towards the mid. Do you feel like that played a good part to your advantage to be able to allow them to just freely pick, but also allow the regroups to be better? What was kind of the thought process on that, and do you feel like it worked really well?
I mean, obviously it worked, but the thought process is if someone wants to play a flank because they feel more confident against the enemy flank, we let them, like, or they feel more confident against the con because we were losing the con. Like, it's just, it's here and there, like switches. Nothing's ever definitive. It just happened to work that our, flank players were now in the con and it was working better. I'm playing next to Ed in like the right flank, and usually you would see us at the edge, but it just happened so to be that. They just needed us the con. Like, right, you had Zoft, Polish together, and that's a flank, and they were also in the con. So it's more just adapting to what we say, which every team does. But it doesn't mean that we don't have, you know, still great play. Like Drake is still, a good flank player. He's not Adam, but fuck, Jake is still a good player.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Seven Nation, congratulations on the win. We can't wait to see you play in the finals for the HDL Season 7 League. Don't go out partying too much tonight, all right? It's still Sunday, all right?
Yep, I wouldn't do it. It's the summer, but I'll try not to.
All right. Well, it was a great match here today. A lot has happened. Detroit Waivers winning the match and going to the finals, while the Golden Phantoms sadly fall off this bracket. We'll start with final thoughts here with Wisdom. Wisdom, do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just think Waivers now riding the 2-game win streak momentum. They are looking good going into that finals game. I mean, if there's one area in your line you want to convince, like, consistently win, it's going to be those cons. It's going to be the mid, because, I mean, you're not even putting, like, all of your great guys there. You're usually just putting a few guys to help carry the load. And on the flanks, like Seven Nation said, they did their job. They were able to hold and contain people like Zoft, and it allowed for just so much to happen. They won in the regroups, and overall Waivers are they're looking strong. It was a great match, and yeah, they're looking good going into the finals. I'm happy to say I'm excited to see who they face. I want to say it's going to be on my team, but you never know. So we'll see.
Jay Moore, do you have any final thoughts on this match tonight?
I think my final thought still stands. I feel like even though when you go into a group stage or a bracket and you are able to play more games, it can play into your favor more because you get more practice into it. I think also you allow for different team building and different experiments to happen. I think the Detroit Waivers were able to do this, even though they didn't do very well at Fight Night. I feel like they still learned a lot, and excited to see them in the finals and see who they face.
And for me, it was a very great game for the Detroit Waivers. They did have quite a little bit struggle 2/3 into the match, but they did come back. Phantoms sadly were struggling since the very beginning, but in the end they could not come with a comeback. But I would say a very incredible season for these two teams. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you love to see what we have, don't forget to hit that follow button and to be notified in the future of any other casting matches. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, keep your muskets ready and loaded and keep those bayonets warm. Until next time, we'll see you.